Hey guys, I thought I'd shoot a Kyle O'Glee style vlog video because there was a paramotor accident locally yesterday, as a matter of fact, and I was actually really surprised. I thought I was the only person in the area that flew, but here's the footage from one of the local news channels. Let's take a look at that.
Dan Levy has tonight's top story.
Rachel, good evening. I'm standing in front of Indian Ladder Farms, a popular apple orchard in these parts, where tonight a man out parasailing wound up dangling from these high-tension power lines directly above me, as dozens of apple pickers looked on in horror. The orchard ordeal unfolded around 5 o'clock. When a high-flying man in a motorized parasailing machine wound up in perhaps one of the worst places imaginable.
Well, he hit the high-tension line. He came off the mountain and was going around. He does it a lot. He's been here for years. He should have known better. Even
though firefighters arrived quickly, the rescue had to be delayed due to the high-voltage peril in the air.
We weren't sending anyone up there, even with a tree bucket, until the power was definitely cut off, so we had to wait for National Grid to get here to cut the power off.
And so the man was left hanging for more than an hour.
He was going around the orchard, just doing what he normally does, and then he got kind of close to the building and wanted to get out of there, and he saw the wires and knew they were there, and he went to throttle it up, and it wouldn't pick him up enough.
New Salem Fire Chief Craig Schufeld says the man refused medical treatment and escaped from the harrowing ordeal unhurt.
Yeah, he does it all the time. He'll do it again.
Because power had to be cut during the rescue, residents near Indian Ladder Farms had no electricity until it was restored around 8 o'clock this evening. In New Salem with coverage you can trust, Dan Levy, News Channel 13.
The one thing about that video, though, that really irritates me is that guy kept calling it parasailing. The area that this happened in is only about 30 minutes away from the area that I fly in. So I was actually thinking about going over there and asking around, see if I can actually get a hold of the guy, just to fly with him, if nothing else. I don't really know anybody that actively flies ultralights or paramotors or anything like that in this area, so it'd be cool to fly with somebody else. And also, I was, I'd be really interested in what happened exactly, see if it was just a simple miscalculation, or if, something went wrong. Or maybe his engine wasn't putting out full power. Maybe, I don't know if he just misjudged his distance or something like that. Or, one thing that happens to people is they develop a sense of complacency. But I don't know if that was the case here. Like I said, maybe he throttled up and, he wasn't getting the power out of his engine. The whole thing is, it's unfortunate, but luckily, the guy didn't get hurt or anything like that, which is very lucky. Yeah, you got to be careful around power lines. And if you're ever going down and you know it, like you're not going to make it, like definitely avoid power lines. And as backward as it might sound, I wouldn't go for an empty spot on the ground, believe it or not. I would actually aim for trees, because if you think about it, you're probably gonna get more scratches and bruises and everything, but the tree is gonna absorb the branches. You're taking a lot of small hits instead of hitting the ground like a sack of potatoes. You know what I mean? It's not, I don't think you're as likely to break bones or really critically injure yourself. Of course, like I said, you're gonna get scratched up a lot more, and you probably mess up your equipment some more, but when you're going down, you should probably be worried about your safety first. Yeah, as a matter of fact, not only would I aim for trees if I was going down, I would probably aim for pine trees, because the branches are springy, you know what I mean? It's not like soft, and it's soft and springy. It's not hard like a lot of other trees, like oak trees, maple trees, and everything. That's more stabby. Stabby's bad. But oh yeah, definitely don't land in water if you don't have a flotation device. I gotta get something like that. I don't have anything like that yet. But yeah, the risk for drowning is way up there. I suppose because of my paramotor, I could jettison my engine because my harness and my paramotor is separate. It's one of the weird things you can do with a fresh breeze Simonini is get it with the jettison harness. I suppose I could probably still land in water relatively safely if I jettison my engine, and before I hit the water. And you still got to worry about getting tangled up in your paraglider, and all the lines. But I'm a strong swimmer, so I think I could contend with that okay. But getting the 80 pounds off your back is definitely, it's not easy to swim with much extra weight on. Like I've actually fallen in the water before in the wintertime. The water wasn't frozen, but I was wearing a lot of clothing, and it just soaks up, absorbs a bunch of water immediately, and then trying to swim with all that extra weight on you was like, ugh. I could do it, but it wasn't fun, and I think in that kind of situation where you're being weighed down like that and you're tangled up in lines, no. I could absolutely see how people could drown. Landing in water with their paramotor if they don't have a flotation setup. But even if it was a situation where it was going to be power lines or landing in the water without a flotation device, even if I couldn't jettison my motor, I think I would still land in the water. But yeah, it'd be interesting to get a hold of that guy and maybe get an interview or something like that, find out exactly what happened. Learning from others' mistakes is like I said, it's unfortunate, but that's the best thing to do, is learn from each other's mistakes, so you have less mistakes overall. Share the information. But also be cool to just fly with the guy, But anyway, you guys take it easy. Make sure you fly safe. Thanks for watching.